तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः।
Om Tava Kathāmritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibiriditam Kalmashapam Shravanamangalam Shrimadatatam Bhuigrunanti Ye Bhuridajana. We are studying the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and the conversations of September 29, 1884. And yesterday we read, but let us go back a few lines because the topic has changed. There is a subtitle in the Bengali book. Because the subtitles are missed in the English translation, it becomes sometimes difficult to get the connections right or wrong. So we go back a little, and where it is mentioned, Hazra was sitting on the veranda. A few lines, Hazra was sitting on the veranda. So there, in Bengali, a subtitle is there. And one line additional is there. That is, the devotees are sitting in master's room. Hazara continued in the veranda. So that context becomes like this. Hazara is sitting in front, not in his room, not in Thakur's room. And devotees are in room. And Thakur, that old topic is over, please. This is a new topic. That topic raised by Bhavanath is over. And he says, this is your practical. Thakur says, yes, this much is calculating. That Mother Lakshmi should not be angry on me. And now a different thing has started. So we go back to that point and a line. That devotees are sitting in Thakur's room. Hazara was sitting on the veranda. Master, do you know what Hazara wants? He wants money. His family is in distress. He has debts. He thinks that God will give him money because he devotes himself to japa and meditation. That is the equation in Hazara's mind, and Thakur has detected it, and that is what he is telling. A devotee, can't God fulfill a devotee's desire? So, that is pertaining to Hazara. If Hazara thinks that by doing japa and all that, God will give him money, is that wrong? Is the meaning of the question. Will God not give him money? If God is the wish-fulfilling tree, will he not fulfill these needs of the devotee? To that Thakur is replying, Master, if it is his sweet will. This we discussed at length yesterday. But there is a but. God doesn't take entire responsibility for a devotee unless the devotee is completely intoxicated with ecstatic love for him. Now, ecstatic love or love intoxication or premonmat, that person cannot think of himself, and then God takes the entire responsibility. Now there is a word here, samasta bharlanna, entire responsibility. So maybe according to the degree that he has surrendered to God, he may get some of his needs fulfilled. But the entire responsibility will be taken when the devotee is not able to take care of himself because of love of God. And this Thakur is explaining through child. At a feast, it is only a child whom one takes by the hand and sits at his place. Who does that with older people who can care for themselves? Child cannot care for himself, so they take responsibility. Not until a man thinks so much of God that he cannot look after himself does God take on his responsibilities. So Hazara is not in that condition, definitely. So God will fulfill any needs depends upon how much surrender he has for God. When he cannot take his own responsibility due to love of God, then God takes the entire responsibility. Now continues with Hazara. Hazara doesn't inquire about his family, not out of transcendence, but because if he lives near Thakur, he will get some money. That is his idea. His son, Hazara is a family man. His son said to Ramlal, please ask father to come home. We shall not ask anything of him. So he is afraid that they will ask money. So the son has told, we will not ask anything of money, but let him come home. We want our father. These words almost brought tears to my eyes, Thakur is sharing. That means the son's imploring Hazara to come, we will not ask anything. This is the real love or miserable condition. And Thakur felt it. But Hazara did not feel it. Hazara's mother said to Ramlal, please ask Pratap, his name was Pratap Chandra Hazara, please ask Hazara to come home just once. Also ask your uncle to request him to come home. So Hazara's mother thinks that Thakur's words may be accepted by him. I told him about it, but he didn't listen to me. Then now Thakur shifts to value of the mother. Is a mother to be trifled with? Now he is giving several examples of great people. Before becoming a sannyasi, Chaitanya Dev worked hard to persuade his mother to let him renounce home. Mother Shachi said that she would kill Keshav Bharati. Keshav Bharati was the sannyasi from whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were going to take sannyas. Chaitanya Dev did his utmost to persuade her. He said, Mother, I shall not renounce home if you won't let me. But if you compel me to lead a householder's life, I shall die. So he is telling his own position. But you have to give permission. And mother, even if I go away as a sannyasi, you will be able to see me whenever you desire. This is similar to Shankaracharya. His mother had already lost her husband. So he said, Shankar said that at the point of death, before you pass away, I will definitely come. You just remember me. Wherever I am, I will come to you at that point. And he fulfilled that wish. He came to the mother and prayed to Sri Krishna to appear before his eyes. That means mother will get darshan of Sri Krishna. And when you are satisfied that Krishna has come, mother has his darshan, then only she passed away. And then the other Brahmins were not coming to help him cremate her for their own reason. So he, somehow with the help of villagers or somebody, cremated her. So here Chaitanya is telling, and mother, even if I go away as a sannyasi, you will be able to see me whenever you desire. I shall stay near you at that point. Huh? No, this I shall stay near you means as a sannyasi, I will not go far away from home. Yes. I shall stay near you. I shall see you every now and then, somewhere near. Puri is not far away. It is in East India only. Only when Chaitanya explained it to her thus did she give her permission. One example. Next example. Narada could not go to the forest to practice austerity as long as his mother was alive. He had to take care of her. After her death, he went away to realize God. Now his own case. Background. When I went to Vrindavan, I felt no desire to return to Calcutta. It was arranged that I should live with Ganga Mata. There was a great devotee, Ganga Ma, and she recognized Thakur as Radha, and herself being a close friend of Radha. So Ganga Ma on one side, Thakur on the other side, like that arrangement was made. Everything was settled. My bed was to be on one side and Ganga Ma was on the other. I resolved not to go back to Calcutta. I said to myself, how long must I eat a Kaivarta's food? Because in Dakshineshwar, he had to eat Mathur Babu and Rani Rasmani's food. So he brought a reason to support himself for staying with Gangama. No, said Hriday to me, let us go to Calcutta. He pulled me by one hand and Ganga Ma pulled me by the other. I felt an intense desire to live at Vrindavan, but just then I remembered my mother. His mother had come to stay with him and also to be near the Ganges. And he went on a pilgrimage, but the mother had not gone. She was staying near the Ganges. And that Thakur remembered. So everything else cancelled. He came to Calcutta. That completely changed everything. She was old. I said to myself, my devotion to God will take to wings if I have to worry about my mother. Sitting there, if you worry about the mother, then you will not be able to concentrate on God. To that extent, I would rather live with her. Then I shall have peace of mind and be able to meditate on God. To Narendra. Narendra was Hazrat's friend. Why don't you say a few words to Hazrat about going home? The other day he said to me, yes, I shall go home and stay there 3 days. But now he has forgotten all about it. So when Thakur asked, he had agreed. But deliberately, he has forgotten. To the devotees, we have talked about filthy things. What filthy thing? Ghoshpada and things like that. Huh? Like that, Narendra had brought those topics in the beginning of this day. And Thakur had told detail about it. And same day, it is continuous. So remembering that, we have talked about filthy things, Ghoshpada and things like that. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Now chant the name of Hari. Let there be a dish of rice pudding and sweets after the ordinary lentils. Narendra began to sing. Fasten your mind, O man, on the primal Purusha, who is the cause of all causes, the stainless one, the beginningless truth. This is a Brahmo song. As Prana, he pervades the infinite universe. The man of faith beholds him, living, resplendent, the root of all. Beyond the senses, eternal, the essence of consciousness, he shines in the cave of the heart. Adorned with holiness, wisdom, and love, by meditating on him, man is delivered from grief. This is man who is adored, na? Now this is connected in this way perhaps. If you meditate on him, you will become like that. Adorned with holiness, wisdom, and love, you will be. By is there, na? By meditating on him. Man is delivered from grief. So, by meditating on him, both sides are there. By meditating on him, you will be adorned with this and you will be freed from grief. Of continence ever serene, an inexhaustible ocean of virtue, none can fathom his depth, yet freely of his own grace does he reveal himself to those who come to his feet for shelter. Merciful since they are helpless, and he is the ever forgiving, the giver of happiness, the ready help in the sea of our woe. These are Brahmas without form. Unservingly just, bestowing the fruits of our deeds, good and ill, yet he is the fount of compassion. If he has justice, then he will be harsh to the wrongdoers. No, he has compassion. This is being stated without any argument. Otherwise, in Vedanta, there is a lot of explanation of this. The ocean of mercy, brimming with love, even to hear of his glory, suffuses the eyes with tears. Gaze on his face and be blessed. Your heart is hungry for him, O man, bright with unspeakable beauty, fearless and without stain. No words can ever describe him. Be as a beggar before his gate and worship him day and night, beseeching him for his grace. So it's a mixture. God has no form, but he has been humanized as a person. He sang again, in wisdom's firmament, the moon of love is rising full. This was composed by seeing Thakur, by Trailokyasanya. And love's flood tide in surging wave is flowing everywhere. O Lord, how full of bliss thou art, victory unto thee. On every side shine devotees, like stars around the moon. Their friend, the Lord all-merciful, joyously plays with them. Behold, the gates of paradise today are open wide. Sri Ramakrishna was dancing in a circle. The devotees joined him. They all sang and danced. Their bliss was indescribable. The master sang about the Divine Mother. Behold my mother playing with Shiva, lost in an ecstasy of joy. And the complete song is not given here. Sri Ramakrishna was highly pleased because M had joined in the music. He said to M with a smile, the atmosphere would have been more intense with divine fervor if a drum had accompanied the music and played. The drum would have played tak tak tadina, dag dag dadina. They are the sounds made out of coal. It was dusk when the kirtan was finished. Dusk or something else. Sandhya huya gaya. Now we come to the end of that, 29th September. And then Wednesday, October 1, 1884. Sri Ramakrishna had set out from Dakshineshwar for others' house in Calcutta. You see, the master is able to describe almost continuously because these are the puja holidays. And 29th September we saw third day of the puja.
Oh. Third is Tritiya.
No, I explained that day. You were not there. In Bengal, the puja is 7th, Ashtami. So third day of the puja means no. No, next day must have Vijayadashi. And thing is not described on that day. 30th September is missing. And next day of Vijay, the puja holiday is continuous for some days. Sri Ramakrishna had set out from Dakshineshwar for others' house in Calcutta. Narayan and Gangadhar were with him. In the carriage, in an ecstatic mood, he said, "Shall I count the beads? How shameful that be!" Shameful.
It is even more sharp.
Bhava asto hilo.
No, after that. After that.
In an ecstatic mood, he said.
No, after that, he says, in Bengali.
In Bengali, bhavasta hilo
Then.
is separate sentence.
ঠাকুর ভাবে বলিতেছেন।
তারপরে ভাবে বলিতেছেন। That is missing here. No?
Oh.
When he was in the carriage, he went into an ecstatic mood. And in that mood, he said. So now it is clear. No? In ordinary state of mind, he is not telling that counting beads is shame. But ecstatic mood means he is experiencing. And the purpose of counting beads is to enter into that state. So when he has already gone beyond the sense perceptions, to come back to counting beads will be a shame. Now we get the connection proper.
This is saying about himself, not in general, only for himself. This he's not saying in general for everyone. This only for himself he's saying.
Yes. Next sentence is very clear about it. In an ecstatic mode, now counting beads is the purpose is to enter ecstatic mode. And in an ecstatic mode, to count beads means coming down. That is a shame for anybody. Now he talks about himself. This emblem of Shiva has sprung from the bowels of the earth. It is self-created and not set up by man's hands. So Thakur is an avatar. Not by practicing sadhana he has become perfect. So he compares himself to the Swayambhu Shivalinga. They come from the earth, the bowels of the earth. They are not established by somebody. So it's a self-revelation. In that ecstatic mood, they arrived at others' house, where this we should see that in ordinary state of mind, he does not talk highly of himself. They arrived at others' house, where many devotees, including Kedar, Baburam and Vijay, had assembled. Vaishnav-charan, the musician, there are two Vaishnav-charans that who recognize Thakur as an avatar, he is a different person. And this is a musician. Vaishnav-charan, the musician, was present. At the master's behest, other heard Vaishnav-charan's music daily after his return from the office. So other was a busy person, and he perhaps cannot sing. So when other comes back, Thakur has instructed him, engage musician and hear from him. So musician is present even now. Thakur is to prescribe for each person according to his need. And other had money, so he could manage this. At the master's behest, other heard Vaishnacharan's music daily after he returned from the office. When the master entered others' drawing room, the devotees stood up to receive him, those who were already there. Kedar and Vijay saluted him, and the master asked Narayan and Balram to salute Kedar and Vijay. You understood? I will tell you an incident. There is an institution called Jnana Prabhutini. They claim that totally based on Swamiji's ideas, we can create an educational system. And they do not have sannyasis. But lifelong workers are there, unmarried also. So a boy was working with them. Marathi, Ajay Maharaj. And then he joined the Ramakrishna Mission and he was at Chandigarh. Now the supreme CEO or whatever of that organization visited Chandigarh and he asked that boy, do you find your life better now? So he told 2-3 things because of which he feels it is much better. And one of that thing was that here in the Ramakrishna Mission, everybody salutes his senior. That is a great thing, he said. That boy left afterwards. Anyway. So, if they are older devotees, and these are boys, Narayan and Baburam, to salute Kedar and Vijay. He asked Kedar and Vijay to bless Narayan and Baburam that they might have devotion to God. Because they are seniors. Pointing to Narayan, he said, he is utterly guileless. The eyes of the devotees were fixed on the two boys. As a result, Thakur has drawn attention, Master, to Kedar and the other devotees. It is good that I have met you all here. Otherwise, perhaps you would have come to the Kali temple to see me. Through the will of God, however, we have met here, nearer to their place. Kedar, with folded hands, the will of God, it is all your will. Because Kedar staunchly believes Thakur to be avatar. Sri Ramakrishna smiled, accepted in a way. Vaishnacharan began a kirtan about Radha and Krishna. When the music was nearing its end, with the union of Radha and Krishna, that is the tradition with those kirtaniyas, they sing Purva Rag, then Man, and then final Milan. With the union of Radha and Krishna, the master began to dance with ecstatic fervor. The devotees danced and sang around him. After the music, they all sat down. The master said to Vijay, referring to Vaishnacharan, he sings very well. He asked the musician to sing the song about Sri Chaitanya, beginning with the line, the beautiful Gauranga, the youthful dancer, fair as molten gold. This line. When the song was over, the master asked Vijay, how did you like it? Vijay, wonderful. Sri Ramakrishna also sang a song about Sri Chaitanya. M joining him. Then Vaishnacharan sang another song. So it went on like that. O my flute, sing Hari's name. You cannot know the highest truth without Lord Hari's grace. His name removes our bitter grief. Repeat the name of Hari then. repeat Shri Krishna's holy name. If he bestows his grace on me, no longer shall I be afraid of this unfriendly world. Sing then Lord Hari's name, my flute. Our only treasure is his name. Govinda says, that is the poet, huh? Behold, my days are passing by in vain in the world's deep and shoreless sea. Oh, let me not be drowned. Vaishnav Charan sang again, this time about Mother Durga. O tongue, always repeat the name of Mother Durga. Who but your Mother Durga will save you in distress? The master and the musician sang again and again the following lines from this song, from this very song. The moving and the unmoving, the gross and the subtle art thou. Creation and preservation art thou. And the last dissolution, creation, preservation, and the last dissolution. Thou art the primal root of this manifold universe, the mother of the three worlds, their only savior art thou. Three words, Sargama Artha Patal. Thou art the Shakti of all, and thou thine own Shakti too. She does not require a Shakti, but she is the Shakti of all. Kedar and several devotees stood up. They were about to return home. Kedar saluted the master and bade him goodbye. Master, should you go away without bidding other goodbye? Wouldn't that be an act of discourtesy? Host must be taken care of. They might have come for Thakur, but they are in the host. Kedar, when God is pleased, the world is pleased. You are staying, so in a sense we are all staying. I am not feeling well. Besides, I am a little nervous about my social conventions. Other is a lower caste man, though moneyed man. So Kedar cannot stay more or talk with other. Once before I travel with our community by mixing with the lower caste people. Vijay, turning to the master, should we go away, leave him here? So Kedar wants to go, Vijay wants to stay.
Vijay is saying.
Hmm?
Vijay is saying to whom? About
to Kedar. Pointing to the master, he is telling Kedar. Should we go away and leave him here? Just then, other came in to take the master to the dining room, for the meal was ready. Sri Ramakrishna stood up and said, addressing Kedar and Vijay, come with me. So that is Thakur's final. They followed him and partook of the dinner together with the other devotees. So Thakur smashed all objections of Kedar. Because between devotees, there should not be a distinction. Thakur said all devotees belong to one caste, the devotee caste. After dinner, they all returned to the drawing room where the devotees sat around the master. Kedar said to him with folded hands, please forgive me for hesitating to eat here. Perhaps the thought had come to his mind that he should not have hesitated, since the master himself had no scruples about eating at others' house.
So other is lower caste or Kedar?
Others say, na, Kedar seems to be a Brahmin. Kedarnath Chattopadhyay. Kedar worked at Dhaka. Many devotees brought offerings of sweets and other food for him. Referring to this, Kedar said to the master, people want to give me food. What should I do, Lord? What is your command in this matter? Master, one can eat food even from an untouchable, if the untouchable is a devotee of God. After spending 7 years in a God-intoxicated state at Dakshineshwar, I visited Kamarpukur. Oh, what a state of mind I was in at that time. Even a prostitute fed me with her own hands. But I cannot allow that now. Not in the normal state of the mind. But in the intoxicated state, absolutely anybody. Kedar was about to take his leave. So long before Kedar wanted to go, only to avoid eating in others' house. Kedar in a low voice, Lord, please transmit power to me. Many people come to me. What do I know? Someplace we saw Thakur praying to Mother, please give some power to Kedar and Vijay. And one place he said, you have given only one part to them. Okay, understand, that much will do, like that. And that's why he told the boys to salute them. Master, everything will be all right. One gets along well if one is sincerely devoted to God.
Kedar was how old? How old was Kedar? Same age as Thakur?
Kedar was a householder.
No. Age. How old?
No, from that we have to understand. Much senior to the boys. No? Yogendra, the editor of a Bengali paper, the Bangavasi, entered the room. The conversation turned to the personal God and God without form. Bengali. I am not happy with this translation. Sakar Mirakarer Kathāmrita. Where is personal God and God without form? By now we should be very clear that personal God can be with form or without form. Without form does not mean that he is not person. And Brahmas wrongly understood, and Thakur used to call them their raw Nirakaris, not the right Nirakaris. So the real Nirakaris are beyond form and formless. And that is Nirguna Brahma. And Brahman is not Nirguna and Saguna at different times. It is if I keep my eye and experience God, that is Saguna. And Thakur used to put both of them on equal basis. Sagun, personal God with form, personal God without form. And impersonal cannot have any form automatically. And that is beyond these two both. So how do you translate this? Instead of personal, the conversation turned to God with and without form. Master, God has form, again he is formless. How many aspects he has, we cannot comprehend him. Why should we say that God is formless only? I explained that many times, no? My friend, what is his name? Ramakrishna Order,
Oh, Samarpana.
the dentist.
Okay.
He told me that personal God can never be without form. So this without form, we discussed and then came to this point, is unspecified form. Example, there is a lump of clay. Now from clay, we make images. And clay is present in the images. Clay has not undergone any change. But in practical life, it is made from the lump of clay. And lump is broken now. Thakur has said all this. So lump of clay is like their nirakar. Means not specific akar. Unspecified akar. Now it's clear to you?
This is Sagun.
Yeah.
Nirakar is also Sagun, not Nirgun. Sakar and Nirakar are both Sagun.
About Saguna only, as the Brahmas believe. This is speciality of Thakur and Sardan Swamiji, that he has categorized Nirakar into two aspects and equated that Nirakar with Sakar in their height and called it Nirakar Sagun. Why should we say that God is formless only? Yogendra. That is the one amazing thing about the Brahma Samaj. Yes. There, even a boy 12 years old sees God as formless. The members of the Adi Samaj do not object very much to God with form. They are allowed to attend ritualistic worship if it takes place in respectable family. So many considerations. Now we have to explain this Adi Samaj. Adi means the beginning. So Raja Rammohan Roy started the Brahma Samaj. The leadership after Raja Rammohan Roy shifted to Devendranath Tagore. And Devendranath had a chief disciple, Keshav Chandra Sen. Now Keshav Chandra Sen, according to his own constitution and in Thakur's influence, he shifted, he introduced many Indian things in the Brahma Samaj. And at that point, some of his friends broke out. So Keshav Samaj is called Bharatvarshiya Brahma Samaj. The other faction is called Sadharan Brahma Samaj. But the original Brahma Samaj, it is still there. That is called Adi Samaj. Okay. So because of Keshav turning this side, that Southern Brahma Samaj became too much rigid on this Nirakar. And that is what is being explained by that editor. The members of the Adi Samaj do not object very much to God with form. They are allowed to attend ritualistic worship if it takes place in respectable family. So this rider again. If ritualistic worship is in respectable family, you can attend. You should not perform, but you can attend. Master smiling. How nicely has put it. Even a boy sees the formless God. Other. Shivnath Babu does not believe in God's forms. Now, Vijay and Shivnath, they both were together in that Sadharan Brahma Samaj. But Vijay is a Goswami. So in Thakur's company, all those sanskaras came up. And so he split. So Shivnath is left alone. But we have found in these books that Thakur loved Shivnath till the end. And Thakur is calling Shivnath friend. Vijay, that is his mistake. Huh? So between them, Thakur is not telling them. Pointing to the master. As he says, the chameleon assumes different colors, now this color, now that. Only the man who lives under the tree knows the animal's true color. Now Vijay is sharing his own experiences. While meditating, I saw images of gods painted on a canvas. In mental vision, How many gods? How many different things they said? I said to myself, I shall go to the master. He will explain it all to me. Master, you saw correctly. Kedar. God assumes form for the sake of his devotees. Through ecstatic love, Kedar has not yet gone, Through ecstatic love, a devotee sees God with form. Dhruva had a vision of the Lord. He said, Why don't your earrings move? So there are the devotional scriptures mentioned. You know Dhruva's story. Dhruva's father, a king, the name is Uttanapada. He had two wives. The elder one is Suniti. The younger is Suruchi. Significant names you understood. Suniti means good morality. Suruchi means good taste. Suniti's son is Dhruva, a fixed. And Suruchi's son is Uttama, the best. Now Suruchi became king's favorite to the neglect of Suniti. That is what happens in the world. And Suruchi's son, Uttam, sat on the king's lap. Seeing that, Dhruva easily felt that I should also sit. And the king took him on the other lap. But when Suruchi saw this, she dragged him out and said to sit on king's lap, you should have been born from me. This hurt Dhruva very badly. And he told his mother, I shall go away to a forest and I shall do tapasya till I get a place where nobody will lift me up. Now, in between, he met Narada. So when Narada knew his story, then he said that there is no place which one can remove except God's own lap. So he turned his mind to do tapasya for sitting on God's own lap. So he gained his, and there he is seeing that why your earrings are not moving. Now you understand the whole context. Kedar is telling, Dhruva had a vision of the Lord. He said, why don't your earrings move? The Lord said, they will move if you move them. That means by your devotion, they can make them. Kedar is a strong believer with form, so he knows all these things. Master, one must accept everything, God with form and God without form. While meditating in the Kali temple, I noticed Ramani, a prostitute. I said, Mother, I see that thou art in that form too. So all-pervading nature of God is important. Do you know Namdev's story I told once? Na? Therefore, I say one must accept everything. One does not know when or how God will reveal himself. About this, I'll tell you a funny story. In Rishikesh, when I was doing Karatala Bhiksha, one person met me in the street and said, please come to my house. He took me to his house and he told his wife to cook nicely and hot, serve me. And I was eating. And he was abusing the monks like anything.
Why?
Generally, they are fraud and this and that.
Oh, in general.
But his mother and other people said, then how you have invited the Swami when you are abusing Swami? He said, Kaun jane kis vesh mein hari aa jaye. You understood this what Thakur is saying. How to know in which form God will come? So people have different minds, different faiths. And you have to eat. You don't have to get upset because he is scolding the sadhus. You may say that that was a test also. If by scolding I get upset, you would understand that I am not a proper person. One does not know when or how God will reveal himself. So Thakur saw in that Ramani, the master sang, a mendicant has come to us, ever absorbed in divine moods. यशेचेन एक भावेर फकीर. Oh, okay. Only one line is given. Vijay, God has infinite power. Can he not reveal himself in any form he chooses? Man is a speck of dust and it dares come to a conclusion about God. How amazing. So Vijay has turned completely now. Master, a man reads a little of the Gita, the Bhagavata or the Vedanta and thinks he has understood everything. Once an ant went to a hill of sugar, one grain of sugar filled its stomach and it was returning home with another grain in its mouth for the community. On the way it said to itself, next time I go, I shall bring home the whole hill. Allah. So this is how a man thinks with his limited mind that he can understand the limitless God. So here ends that day's conversation and our time also. ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु।